Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dreams with Jade. I am Jade. I talk about everything from lucid, astral, nightmares, channeling, dream symbology, and everyday dream magic. Today we're going to be talking about the notion that everything is you in a dream. People will often say to me, well, it wasn't me, it was somebody else. A lot of people think that this notion comes from the psychoanalyst Carl Jung, and that's probably because he took this idea and he gave it body. He sculpted it. So instead of saying everything is you, he gave the inner figures names. He would say things like the shadow. The shadow is like traits and desires, fears. It's types of things that you keep hidden from the outside world. The shadow represents things like jealous, anger, creativity, assertiveness. Essentially, it's the parts of you that are pushed to the back because they don't fit your outward persona. He also named the anima and animus, which are essentially the energetics inside of our body. I've talked about this before, but yin and yang is a sort of energetic umbrella that we all live under. Think of it like light and dark, hot and cold, active, passive, male, female. It's the macrocosm, it's the big picture. Jung said that the world was made up of macrocosms and microcosms. The microcosms of our inner world are anima and animus. And these are terms used specifically to describe the inner map of the human mind. So yin and yang covers everything in existence, but breaking it down on a more specialized level, we would use anima and animus. Both are correct, but I do feel like one is more well known, which is why I tend to use that. Both are used to correct your inner opposites. Essentially, Jung turned everything is you in a dream into a practical tool for self-discovery. It's alchemy. So like I was saying, he might be the most well-known for this topic, but he wasn't the first. Many other cultures have come to this conclusion, and that's kind of where we're going to switch gears a little bit. If you've seen my channel before, you know that I often say everything is you in a dream, and this is hands down one of the most important rules to follow when you're decoding your own dreams, when you're decoding other people's dreams. If you don't understand this concept, it won't make sense on a soul level. And this was one of those things that was hard for me to conceptualize in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it and you kind of practice with this layer, it becomes way more clear. It just takes some time. I found some historical threads from a few cultures that looked at dreams this way, and I'll link all the info and the sites in the show notes. If you know any other dream history around this topic, please let me know in the comments, and if I'm messing any of this up, also let me know. Or if you want to share something from your particular culture, please feel free. Furthest thing back that I found was from ancient Egypt. This was roughly 1550 BCE to 1770 BCE. So there was this concept called Ba. So essentially, Ba represented a person's unique individualism and personality. Some Egyptians believed that Ba would detach itself from the dreamer's physical body and enter the dream world. Here's where we see a kind of astral element as well. I don't know if you've seen the show Behind Her Eyes. No spoilers here, but essentially it was very important for Ba to make its way back to the person's physical body before morning or before the person stopped dreaming. So what it feels like to me is a sort of soul leaving the body to experience that which is inside itself. So next we have ancient India. This was during 800 to 500 BCE, the Upanishads. The text states that when a person sleeps, they create a world out of their own light and impressions. The landscape, enemy, and friends are all generated by the dreamer's own consciousness. Essentially, it all comes from you, and you are the inner projection of your outside world. Speaking on Zhuangzi's famous butterfly dream. This was 4th century BCE. One day, Zhuangzi fell asleep and dreamed he was a butterfly. He was flying around, he didn't have a care in the world. And most importantly, he didn't know who he was. And then suddenly he woke up and he was a man again. And he was left wondering, was he a man that dreamt he was a butterfly, or was he a butterfly that is dreaming he's a man? So essentially it posed the question between the dream and self, suggesting all characters in the dream are transformations from the same mind. But it also pointed out that the boundaries between self and other were not absolute. And then the last one that we're going to talk about today is the shamanic period, and there isn't one specific shamanic period. It spans over thousands of years and exists across many cultures. Some shamanic traditions have a term called lost souls. This is a type of treatment that someone would undergo for a nightmare. They would often view the demon in a person's dream as a personification of the patient's own trapped trauma, and it has to be integrated back into the person to heal them. So this dates back pretty far, this idea that everything is you in a dream. But why do people reject this thought? Number one, I think that it's hard for people to see outside of themselves. And I think that comes from a place of comfort. They are happy with who they are. They don't want to change because it's not easy. It feels more comfortable to stay the same than it is to change. And with that, it's sort of like people don't want to admit that they have these sort of tendencies inside of them, like the shadow self. They don't want to admit that they can be angry or jealous, or that maybe they're a villain at times. Number two, I think that dreaming is a type of place that people think that they visit, not a portal that you venture to inside of yourself. And then number three, and I'm sure there are cultures that don't carry this belief, but again, I am not trying to speak for other cultures, so I wasn't really including that in my reasoning. So we have this saying that comes from Hermeticism. It's on the emerald tablet, and this is Newton's translation. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below. So it shows up to us in the shortened version, the Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, as within, so without. We have related concepts across different cultures and religions, but one that I stumbled on that I thought was interesting was on earth as it is in heaven, and that's from the Lord's Prayer. And that sounds very, very familiar to the Hermetic axiom. So essentially, this thought, everything is you in a dream, is the essence of Hermetic cosmology. The microcosmic and the macrocosmic reflect one another. The inner world of the soul mirrors the outer structure of the cosmos. And all of this to say, next time you have a dream where there's people you know or people you don't know, or even objects, just remember that everything is you. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything that you would like to add or correct, if I butchered anything, please leave that in the comments. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next video. I haven't left my Instagram handle, so I'm going to go ahead and leave at dreams_with_Jade. And you can leave me a mini dream there. I will get to it when I get to it. I do about one a week, and I make 2 YouTube videos a week. Also cited all of my sources that I used to make this video in the comment section. Let me know if I can be of any more use to you and your dreams. I will catch you next time. Okay, bye.